Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So a lot of students are joining, and they continue to join, right? So while we wait for everybody to join, let's do a small word building exercise, crossword, right? Do you all know how to solve the crossword?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Very good. So do you all solve it regularly in the newspaper or something?
No, ma'am, not that frequently.
Okay, but you've solved it once, sometime, so you know how it's done. So does anybody solve the crossword regularly in the newspaper? No. Okay. Anyway, so the crossword that I am going to be sharing with you all is a very simple one. It's not really doing anything to build your vocabulary, but it is. I will be taking more of these exercises in the subsequent classes, so it will just warm up to that, right? Okay, so all of you can see. Okay, so is there anybody who does not know how to do a crossword? Everybody knows how to do it. Okay, great. So now, look at this second one. First wala abhi chhod do. Look at the second one. Try to do the second one, and we will discuss the answers and then move ahead. Okay. You have to do the second crossword, right? जिसमें ये the most famous game world over वाला जो है, ये वाला second वाला करना है आपको. Right, done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Navi, you said yes, right? Okay. So let's discuss this, right? So one across the most famous game world over.
Soccer.
Yes, this would be soccer, right? S-O. Let me see if I can.
CCER.
S. Okay, I don't have my pen with me. S-O-C-C-R. Right. Then one down, an aquatic event.
Swimming.
It would be swimming. Okay, good. Then two down,
Cricket.
blocked by match fixing controversies. It would be cricket. Okay. Then three down, used in playing squash, tennis, badminton, etc.
Racket.
Spelling
RACKET.
R-A-C-K-E-T. Are you sure? R-A-C-Q-U-E-T. It's not a V, it looks like a V. Okay, I don't have my pen, so I'm using a mouse to write this right now. So soccer, racket, then six across. A number of people playing on the same side?
Team.
Team. Okay, then five down. Footballers
Goals.
strive for them.
Goal.
Yes, very good. Goals. All right. And then, so you have Goals, goals, right? Then seven across, associated with four grand tennis. What are the four grand slams?
French Open, American Open.
Okay, all right. So you have the French Open, the Wimbledon, the US Open, and the Australian Open. All right, good. And four across, an ancient game,
Chess.
game of intelligence, be chess. Okay, good. All right, let's try this one also. Okay. Right. Done with the first one?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. So another 2-3 minutes.
Yes.
Right. Let's discuss whatever you were able to do. Right. Now, one across between one country and another.
Border.
Yes, it would be border. Then 2 down. So we have R over here, right? So 2 down, a gorge.
Ravine.
Ravine.
Very good. Yes, yes.
Ravine.
Ravine. Ravine, right? Okay, very good. And then so this, let's look at 3 down, a deposit of soil.
Sediment.
Sediment. Yes, it would be sediment. Sediment. SED. And this would be T over here, right? Okay, then 6 across. A system for
Drainage.
carrying away liquid would be drainage. Yes, very good. DRAINAGE. Okay, then 5 down, a lively Brazilian dance.
Samba.
Salsa.
Samba. No, it's samba.
Okay.
SAMBA, right? Then 8 across from one to the other.
Transfer.
Transfer. Yes, very good. So here you have R. And then 4 down, no stairs to climb.
Elevator.
Elevator. Yes, very good. Elevator. So you have ELEVATOR, elevator. And then 7 across. This was a bit difficult. Of an outdoor event of entertainment. School वगैरह में होता है. Yeah?
Play.
No, not play. It's actually ये यहाँ पे T आ रहा है ना elevator का. So it would be FET. FET होता है ना अपने स्कूल में. होता था at least. I don't know how it is right now. FETE. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was that. So I think everybody is joined. Okay. So coming back to grammar. In the previous class, I think we had done modifiers and tenses and all, if I'm not mistaken, right? In today's class, we will be looking at a very important type of error that we usually commit, which is the error of parallelism. Okay, now what that basically means is that whenever there are 2 or 3 words in a sentence which are performing the same function, then they should be in the same format. Okay, so it's like a parade basically, and nobody should be out of step. Everybody should be wearing the same uniform, right? That is basically what parallelism means. So if there are there needs to be a parallelism of tenses also. So if there are certain words, you know, which are depicting a particular tense, then all the words should be in the same tense. Okay, you cannot shift from one tense to the other. If you have words, you know, like for example, if I say she likes swimming and dancing, and instead of that, if I say she likes swimming and to dance, right? So that would be incorrect, because she likes swimming and dancing. So they should be all in the same format. So अगर आपने gerund use कर रहे हो तो gerund से ही continue करना है. If you're using infinitives, like she likes to sing and dance. Okay, so then you continue with infinitive. So basically they need to be in the same format. Okay, also if you have conjunctions are joining words, right? So jaise ki and ho gaya, ya either or, not only but also. Okay, so you have to make sure that jaise either or hai, so they're joining two equal and parallel things. We'll look at examples and it will become clearer, right? Dusri cheez when you are looking out for errors of parallelism is that the conjunction has to be with the right partner, right? For example, not only will come with but also, and with nothing else, right? Either ke saath mein or aayega. If you put something else, then it will be incorrect. Neither ke saath nor aayega. So you need to make sure that those correlative conjunctions are with the correct partners. Secondly, that they are joining two parallel and equal things. And if there is a list of words in a sentence, and if they're performing the same function, they need to be in the same format. Okay, so basically this is what parallelism is all about. It's quite simple, but we will look at a few examples and do some exercises that will make things clearer for us. Okay, so now let's look at the first example. Okay, she borrowed several books, read them over the week to return them on Sunday. Is the sentence correct? And if not, then can you correct it?
And return them on Sunday.
Yes, so this is basically parallelism of tenses, right? Now see, she borrowed several, so simple past tense use ho raha hai, several books, read them over the week to return them on Sunday. Now to return infinitive ho gaya, right? We don't need that. So the sentence is not parallel. So what do? She borrowed several books, read them over the week and returned them on Sunday. All right. Now let's look at this one. I will go to the airport, receive the delegates and dropped them at the hotel.
Drop them.
Yes, so I'm going to do a few things. All of them should be in the same this thing, right? Format. So I will go to the airport, receive the delegates. Everything is in the simple future tense, right? And drop them at the hotel. Now, both Meera as well as her brother were invited to the party. Is the sentence correct?
And her brother.
And
Yes. Why and? Can you explain?
Ma'am, because there are two things only.
हाँ नहीं तो so see I'm saying both, right? So जैसे either के साथ में और आता है, neither के साथ nor आता है, so वैसे ही both के साथ में as well as नहीं आएगा, and आएगा. So both Meera and her brother were invited to the party. So whenever you have both, you have to use and, not as well as. Remember that the correct partner for both is and. Okay. All right. She spent her early years in travel abroad, meeting people and writing books about them.
traveling.
It would be traveling, because she did 3 things, and so it would be years in traveling abroad, meeting people and writing books. Very good. It is important to illustrate, to elaborate and conclude every concept.
Yeah, we will not use to elaborate.
conclude?
Okay, so there are 2 ways in which you can correct this sentence, right? So ya to aap kar sakte ho, it is important to illustrate, to elaborate and to conclude every concept. Okay, so that is also grammatically correct. But whenever you're doing sentence correction, you should look out for an option, which is of course grammatically correct, which has clarity as well as brevity, right? That means uses fewer words. So if you get an option which says it is important to illustrate, elaborate, and conclude every concept, that would be a better option instead of writing to in front of every word. Is this clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. अगर वैसा नहीं मिलेगा तो फिर then you have to put to in front of it, right? Then you select that option. Grammatically, it's correct. There's nothing wrong with it. Both being obese and hypertension are prospective killers. Now you have two you have the conjunctions both and, right? Are they joining two equal things? See, and के बाद में क्या आ रहा है? Hypertension, right? Hypertension is the name of a disorder, disease, whatever you may call it, right? And both के बाद में क्या आ रहा है? Being obese. So that's not a name of a disease or a disorder,
Obesity.
right? Yes. So they're not joining two equal things. So what do? Both obesity and hypertension are prospective killers. All right. Is this clear to everybody?
Ma'am, can we do both being obese and hypertensive are prospective killers?
But it will still not make sense, Aman, because see, prospective killers kya hai? Hypertension and obesity, right? Being obese and hypertensive are prospective killers. The sentence will not make sense.
Okay.
That way, isn't it? That's right. Okay. Either you can go for the picnic or attend the class. Now you have again conjunctions here, either or, right? Now let's see, are they joining two parallel things, equal things? Either के बाद में क्या आ रहा है? You can go for the picnic. पूरा एक sentence आ रहा है. और के बाद में सिर्फ आ रहा है attend the class. So parallel नहीं हुए, isn't it? So how can we make this parallel?
Either go for the picnic.
What? Yeah, Anubha,
Either
can
you
say
can
what
go
you
for the picnic or you can attend the class.
So there are again two ways in which we can correct this sentence. Yeah, either we can say either you can go for the picnic or you can attend the class. But ये unnecessary लंबा हो रहा है, right? So what we can do is we can take this you can, ये जो you can है ना, इसको हमने सामने रख लिया. So I can say you can either go for the picnic or attend the class. Yes, does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. India is a land of diverse landscape and heritage that is rich. So now, yes, very good. So India is a land now of diverse landscape. Now diverse is an adjective, landscape is a noun. Okay, और फिर and आ रहा है and heritage that is rich. ये तो पूरा clause हो गया with verb and everything, right? So to make it parallel, what will we do? India is a land of diverse landscape and rich heritage. Rich adjective हो जाएगा, heritage noun हो जाएगा. ठीक है? Everybody is getting this? I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. If there's any problems, please ask me. When I was in school, I learned swimming and how to dance.
Swimming and dancing.
Swimming and dancing, right? Though she was in a hurry, she completed. Yeah.
For the last point, can it be like I learned how to dance and swim?
I learned how to swim and dance. वैसा भी कर सकते हो. Yeah. It depends on what options you are getting, of course, right? But basically, bottom line is कि parallel होना चाहिए. That's all. ठीक है? Yeah. Now, though she was in a hurry, she completed the work at hand quickly, accurately, and in a thorough manner. So, how we are using adverbs to describe how she completed her work, right? So, how did she complete her work? Quickly, accurately, okay, and then
Thoroughly.
and thoroughly. Yes. So, in a thorough manner, a phrase ho ja raha hai, right? Whereas these are simple adverbs, so we need just an adverb there. Okay. Okay, so I have made now. I forgot to write a word here. She not only lost her luggage, so just यहाँ पे lost आना चाहिए, ठीक है? She not only lost her luggage but also her keys. So now, what is the conjunction here?
But
What's the नहीं the correlative conjunction जैसे either or neither nor होता है ना जैसे both and. So what's the correlative conjunction here?
Not only.
not only
Not
but
only but also, right? So now not only के बाद में क्या आ रहा है? She not only lost her luggage but also her keys. So not only or but also, are they joining two equal things? Not only के बाद में lost आ रहा है, which is a verb, but also के बाद में सीधा her keys आ रहा है. Yes. I haven't written
Yes.
lost here. I forgot, right? So then it's not parallel, na? Not only के बाद में there is a verb, but also के बाद में there is no verb.
But her keys as well.
But
Her keys as well.
no. तो you will be creating another error. क्योंकि not only के साथ में but also ही आएगा. ठीक है? वो उसका correct partner है. It would be she not only
Also
lost.
lost.
Yeah. So there are two ways you can correct it. Yes, Tanishq, you were saying.
I was saying but also lost her keys.
Yes. So either you can repeat lost. She not only lost her luggage, but also lost her keys. But again, we are using lost 2 times, right? So what we can do is she lost not only her luggage, but also her keys. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we were wondering where Joe was, how his interview was, and his future plans. Are the 3 things that we were doing parallel? So wondering where Joe was, how his interview was, and his future plans.
Interview went.
Yeah.
How his interview went.
Now, how his interview was is also okay, Shaurya. See, 3 चीजें कर रहे थे ना? But are all those 3 things parallel? See, we were doing what? We were wondering where Joe was. So we were wondering 3 things, right? Where Joe was. So where Joe was is like a clause, isn't it? It's a group of words and it has a verb in it. Yes?
Yes.
Then how his interview was. So again, it's a group of words and it has a verb in it. Was, isn't it? And then uske baad mein, and his future plans. So the verb nahi hai. It's not a clause. It's a phrase. Isn't it?
What
See,
are
see, a phrase is a group of words which makes partial sense and it does not have a verb in it, right? And a clause is a group of words which has a verb in it. Okay? So now, where Joe was, how his interview was, and his future plans. So, ये दो तो parallel लग रहे हैं, where Joe was, how his interview was, but and his future plans. It seems to be the odd one out, isn't it? So how can we make it parallel?
What his future plans are.
Very good. Are nahi, were, because we are in the past tense, right? Right. We were wondering where Joe was, how his interview was, and what his future plans were. Is this clear to everybody? Once we
Yes.
do that, then the sentence becomes parallel. Yes. Should I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this basically, we will be doing more exercises on that, right? But this is basically about parallelism. The other thing that we have to look out for when we're looking out for parallelism errors, which I think I've done this with you before when we were doing pronouns, but is the comparison part, right? So, for example, when I say the population of India is greater than the US and the population of India is greater than that of the US, which one is correct?
Second.
The second one, right? Because in the first one, what's happening is we're comparing the population of India to just the US. So you cannot compare the population to US. You have to compare the population of India to the population of the US, right? So the population of India is greater than that of the US. Then the milkshakes at Hershey's are better than McDonald's. The milkshake at Hershey's are better than those at McDonald's. Which one is correct?
Second one.
The second one, because again, we have to compare the milkshakes of Hershey's to the milkshakes of McDonald's. The people of my office are cleverer than other offices. The people of my office are cleverer than those of other offices.
Second one.
The second one, again, we have to compare the people of my office to the people of other offices, right? So I think this is a repetition. I've done this before with all of you, right? So now, let's have a short exercise, right? Solve these 12 questions. There are 18 questions in all. So first, solve these 12. We'll discuss, then move on to the next set. Please let me know when you're done so that I can move on to the next page.
Oh, done, ma'am.
Okay, Tanish is done. What about the others?
Done.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Everybody is done?
Done, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So let's Right, finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody? All right. So let's come to the first page. All right. The first one, the ears of an elephant are bigger than a giraffe.
Than those of a giraffe.
The ears of an elephant are bigger than those of
Of a giraffe.
than those of a giraffe. Right. My brother's watch is more expensive than my watch.
My brother's watch is more expensive than mine.
What's wrong with it?
Spelling of then.
Yes.
Yes. The spelling of then. See, whenever there's a comparison, it should be than, THAN, right? Rather than then. Yeah, THAN hona chahiye. It's not a typing error. It's on deliberately I kept it then. Okay? Then the life of a dog is shorter than a human being.
That of a human being.
That of a human.
Yes, the life of a dog is shorter than that of a human being. Okay, the batting average of the Mets is worse than the Red Sox.
Then that of the Red Sox.
No, yeah, then that of the Red Sox. Okay, the cookies at the next store are better than that at this one.
Than those at this one.
Than those at this one. Okay, I like apples more than all fruits.
All other fruits.
All other fruits, yes, because apples are also fruits, right? Okay, so you have to distinguish them from the other fruits. Okay, so otherwise aisa lag raha hai ki you like apples more than fruits, right? So you want to say I like apples more than all other fruits. Okay, then it
If
is
we remove all, I
yeah.
like apples more than other fruits, then that would be wrong, or
I like apples more than other fruits. Nahi, all chahiye wahan pe. We
Okay.
need all over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then it is easier to tell the truth than lying to your friends.
Rather.
Yeah.
Rather
Rather
Than to lie.
Yes, it is easier to tell the truth than to lie to your friends. Okay. When the new vehicle is creative but a risk.
risky.
Yes, the new vehicle is creative but risky. All right. I want neither your love nor do I want your friendship.
Nor your friendship.
Nor your friendship.
Nor your friendship. Do I need chahiye? Right. Jack's
Can
house. Yeah.
can it be the new vehicle is creative but is a risk?
The new vehicle is creative but is a risk. No, but is risky, because see, creative is an adjective,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So we need another adjective here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Jack's house has a large porch, an eaten kitchen, and the floors are carpeted.
and carpeted floors.
Yes. So see, what do we have here? Jack's house has a large porch, right? So large is an adjective and porch is a noun. And eat-in kitchen. So again, eat-in is describing the kitchen, right? Kitchen is a noun. And the floors are carpeted. Ye to again, फिर से एक clause हो गया, right? It's a complete sentence almost. So, but we can correct it by saying and carpeted floors. So carpeted will become the adjective and floors is the noun. All right, clear to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Then John disliked not only playing team sport, but also to run long distance.
But also running long distance.
Yes, so not only playing, but also running. All right. Then for his birthday, Tim received a cake, some clothes, and he got a new phone.
And a new cell phone.
And a new
And a new phone, yeah. So he received a cake, some clothes, and a new phone. Okay. Then she's capable, experienced, and
Hard work.
works hard.
Hard work.
Hardworking, yes, very good. Because we need a list of adjectives, right? Joseph is not only responsible for organizing the sports meet, but we also want him to introduce the guest of honor.
But also introducing the guest of honor.
But also, yes. So Joseph is not on nahin. See, not only ke baad mein, what all are we getting? Chit, let's see. Not only ke baad mein, we're getting responsible, right? Responsible for organizing the sports meet. But we also to hata dena hai, want him to introduce a guest of honor. So if you're saying that he is not only responsible for organizing the sports meet but also for introducing the guest of honor, fir bhi not only kind of responsible la raha hai, right? It will still not make it parallel. So what we'll do is we'll take this responsible and put it in front of not only. So Joseph is responsible not only for organizing the sports meet but also for introducing the guest of honor. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Right, ये जो not only के बाद में responsible है ना, इसको उठा के not only के पहले रखेंगे, right? So then it will become Joseph is responsible not only for organizing the sports meet but also for introducing the guest of honor. Then it will become parallel. Okay? Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. The president believes that an ordered society organized.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ma'am, 14 से ऐसा कर सकते हैं. As Joseph is responsible for organizing the sports meet, so we want him to introduce the guest of honor.
तो फिर तो आप पूरा सेंटेंस ही चेंज कर दे रहे हो ना?
Yes, ma'am. But second sentence, ma'am, उसमें आ रहा है ना, we also want him. That's why I'm saying that.
See, it all, अगर इस टाइप का सेंटेंस आपको श्योर है अगर एग्जाम में आया, फॉर एग्जांपल, राइट? So they are just basically checking कि ये आप whether you are able to recognize that not only but also first of all is a correlative conjunction, and secondly whether they're joining to equal and parallel things. Right, so that would be the aim of answering, asking you that question. So आपको जो options रहेंगे वो आपको वो वाला आपने जो बोला है sentence वो option नहीं रहेगा.
Okay, ma'am.
And yeah, that is the thing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then the president believes that an ordered society, organized workforce, energized economy, and optimal resources are a must to successfully meet the ongoing challenge of nation building. So what does he believe? What all does the president believe? Ordered society, right? Ordered society. Society is a noun. Ordered, the adjective. So ed end ho raha hai, right? Organized, ed end ho raha hai. It's an adjective. This workforce is a noun. Energized, ed se end ho raha hai. It's a adjective. Economy is a noun. And optimal resources. So ye ed yahan par nahi aa raha hai na. So how can we change this?
Optimize.
Yes, optimized resources are a must to successfully meet the ongoing challenge of nation building. Okay. All right. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Then she is a beautiful, intelligent, and is a strong woman. Yes.
Ma'am, strong woman.
And a strong.
And a strong.
Yeah, she is a beautiful, intelligent, and strong woman. Bhi nahi chahiye na. She is a beautiful, intelligent, and strong woman. Is a, we do not need this is a. Okay. Then this publication caters to that segment of society which is educated, hardworking, and better living is the focus for it.
And focuses on better living.
Because educated, hardworking, and focused on better living. Right?
Okay.
So the publication caters to that segment of society, which is now again, educated is adjective, right? Hardworking is also an adjective. And then you're saying better living is a focus for it. So again, clause aa gaya. So we can just turn it around and focused on better living. Then 18th, they would either squander all the money their father had left, else through foolish investment decisions lose the same.
Or lose the same through foolish investment.
Yes, very good, Tanish. Okay, so first of all, either के साथ में और आना चाहिए. यहाँ पे else आया हुआ है. So that's the first error that you correct, right? So they would either squander all the money their father had left, or through foolish investment decisions lose the same. Now, once we put or over here, then you need to see what all is there after either and what all is there after or, and see if they are equal and parallel. So now after either you have squander all the money their father had left. So the squander is a verb, right? Or के बाद में क्या आ रहा है? Through foolish investment decisions lose the same. So now we're not getting a verb here, right? So to correct that error, we would say they would either squander all the money their father had left or lose the same. So lose is a verb, right? So lose the same through foolish investment decisions. So just ये lose the same को आप सामने ले आएंगे so that the sentence becomes parallel. Is this clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? All right. I'll just read out a few examples and I just want you to pay attention and see if you can do this orally. You can write it down also if you want, okay? Now, on the eve of the final examination, the education counselor told the students. So on the eve of the final examination, the education counselor told the students that they should eat a light meal, that they should sleep properly, and to not panic unnecessarily. Should I repeat?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the education counselor told the students that they should eat a light meal, that they should sleep properly, and to not panic unnecessarily.
We can move to
Yes, so the education counselor told the students to do 3 things, right?
Ma'am, they should would be removed from the second part. So it would be that they should eat a light meal, sleep peacefully, and not panic.
And not panic unnecessarily. Very good, Archit. Very good. Okay. Now, one more example I feel which I missed out typing, right? Now, I expected that she would not divulge the secret to my family members. Okay, I'm repeating this. I expected that she would not divulge the secret to my family members, but my brother was informed of the same by her. But my brother was informed of the same by her. Okay, I'll just repeat the entire sentence again. I expected that she would not divulge the secret to my family members, but my brother was informed of the same by her. थोड़ा सा ये tricky question है, so just see if you can figure out what the error is.
But she informed my brother.
Okay, fine. Can you explain?
Because the first sentence is in.
That is what you said is correct, but can you explain?
Because the first sentence is in active voice, the second will also be in active voice.
Very good, Vansh. Okay, so now see, I expected what? That she would not divulge the secret to my family members. So this is in the active voice. Everybody understands active voice and passive voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And then,
Yes.
but my brother was informed of the same by her. So now this becomes passive voice, right? So if you start the sentence in a particular voice, ideally active voice, you need to make sure that you continue also in the same voice, right? So second part जो है वो passive voice है, तो उसको parallel करने के लिए आप उसको active कर देंगे, right? So it would become, but she informed the same to my brother. All right. So this is again important thing for parallelism. You need to make sure that you continue in the same voice and do not change it unnecessarily to passive voice. Okay. All right. So now let's look at this type of question which has come in the CAT before. Okay. This came in CAT 2003. Okay. Now that means a part of the sentence has been underlined. Beneath the sentence, different ways of phrasing the underlined part have been indicated. Choose the best alternative from among the four. Let's just do this one first. Yes, what will be the correct option?
Ma'am, D.
D.
D. Yes. Okay. Can you tell me what is wrong with the original sentence? Archit, can you tell me?
Ma'am, for itself.
For itself. Okay. Okay. That is one error. Other than that,
Firstly, there's a missing preposition ahead of regarded.
a preposition
Is
is a verb. Verb. Don't say that, Rishit. Okay. So say the verb is not complete here. When we say creativity in any field regarded, right? So that is the verb is not complete over there. We need is regarded not only as valuable in itself but also as a service to the nation, right? So there was no parallelism error as such in the original sentence, right? But basically this verb was incomplete, and the other was this preposition error, like you said, as valuable in itself, but also as a service to the nation. Okay. All right. Then look at this one. Yes, what will be the correct option?
Ma'am, B.
Okay, can you explain why?
Ma'am, because all the elements are in like it depends upon the soil of the water body, the purity of the water, and the location. So
Yeah.
there is a
What was wrong in the
Ma'am,
original?
ma'am. First of all, what the purity of the water is.
Huh. Okay, right. So you see, it depends on three things, right? That's what they're saying. It depends on the soil of the water body, and then suddenly original में क्या आ गया? What the purity of the water is. So this becomes a clause because you're adding verbs to it, right? And then the location of the water body. So that is what made it unparalleled, right? So this one option B basically says depends on the soil of the water body, the purity of the water, and the location of the water body, right? So all the three elements are parallel and similar to each other. Did anybody mark anything else? Everybody got this correct? Okay, good. Okay, then try this one. Yes, which one will it be? Which option is the correct one?
Ma'am, C.
It would be C, right? Whatever we do throughout our lives, whether scratching our leg, fidgeting slightly in the chair, or fighting world wars, right? So three things की बात हो रही है, they all need to be parallel. In the original, it's like whether to scratch our leg, fidgeting हो रहा है, तो यहाँ पर to scratch and then fidgeting and then fighting, right? So we say we make all of them parallel by just saying whether scratching, fidgeting, or fighting world wars. All the others have some or the other error. Okay, did anybody mark anything else? I'll explain why that particular option is wrong. Everybody got it correct? Okay, good. Try this. Right. What will be the correct answer here? Option here?
Ma'am, E.
Yes. So first of all, because they would either दिया हुआ है, right? So either के साथ में और लगना चाहिए. बाकी सब, I mean the original they've used and, right? And the other thing is that would is already there in front of either, so we do not need to repeat it, right? So would either stop smoking permanently or cut down if they thought it could harm their eyesight. Right. Good. Now try this one. Right. Which will be the correct option here? Yes.
B.
Yeah.
B.
B for Bombay.
C. Ma'am, C.
C.
Ma'am,
Okay.
D.
D. Okay. So B, C, D. All right.
Ma'am,
So,
D.
okay. So, primary school teachers can usually begin to distinguish. Now, जहाँ पे भी distinguish आ गया, तो you should know that distinguish के साथ you will always learn to distinguish between something, right? Okay, so can usually begin to distinguish, though not with absolute certainty, between आना चाहिए, not whether. All right, so that's the first thing. So if you look at the options, you have only between and D, right? So they were able to distinguish between the dyslexic and the non-dyslexic students. ये though not with absolute certainty जो है, that has been put in to confuse you, to throw you off guard, right? अगर though not with absolute certainty यहाँ पर नहीं रहता, right, can usually begin to distinguish, so then you would have been able to get this correct. क्योंकि distinguish के साथ में हमेशा between आएगा. You distinguish between two things, right? So distinguish between the dyslexic and the non-dyslexic student. All right. Now those of you mark B. It says usually begin to distinguish, though not with absolute certainty, the dyslexic apart from the non-dyslexic students, right? So पहली बात तो dyslexic apart नहीं होगा, from the होना चाहिए. And C, the dyslexic from the non-dyslexic. Distinguish between the dyslexic and the non, because we're talking about two groups here, right? So it would be option D, D for Delhi. Okay. Try this one. Yes, what will be the correct option here?
C.
A to same as the underlined part hai, right? Now, in her autobiographical movie, the actress portrays. Now, what all does she portray? She portrays three things, right? Her early years, her desire to become a writer, and how she made her debut on stage. Now, see, all of them are basically they're items in the list and they're not parallel, right? What does she portrays her early years. Okay, now her desire to become a writer. So you that is incorrect. So it would basically be her desire to become a writer. That is fine. And how she made her debut on stage. Now, how she made her debut on stage becomes basically a clause again, right? So yeah, how she made her debut, so that makes it a complete sentence by itself. So that is not parallel. So that is why the original is there is a mistake, right? So therefore her desire to become a writer and her debut on stage. Her debut on stage. So therefore correct answer would be option C. Yes, not A.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Ma'am, why not D?
Because she portrays her early years आ गया, her desire that she become a writer. तो फिर ये तो again ये फिर से पूरा clause हो गया ना?
No, ma'am, D. Ma'am, D.
D. अच्छा D. Sorry. Okay. Her early years, her desire to write again is this thing. Her desire to write becomes an infinitive, right? See, her early years. Years is a noun. Early is the adjective here, right? Now her desire to become a writer and her debut will also become a noun. Okay, so and her desire basically over here is also a noun. Her desire to become a writer. See, there's a difference also in the changing the meaning also. Now, when you say you have a desire to write, but you have a desire to become a writer, there's a difference. That meaning also gets changed in D1.
Okay.
Yeah, the correct answer would be option C. Okay, then, okay. All right, so this was all about basically errors of parallelism. All right, the second topic that I want to touch upon before ending the class is prepositions. Right now, what are prepositions? Can anybody tell me?
They tell the position of something.
The position. Okay, always just the position. Shaurya?
Yes, ma'am.
Always.
Maybe, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So let's put it this way. Yes, most of the times they do tell us a position, but not all the time, right? I'll explain. Basically, prepositions are words which tell us the relationship between two things. Okay, so that can include the position, time. Yes, Tripti?
Ma'am, because, as well as, and just like that.
वो conjunctions हो जाते हैं, Tripti. Right? These are conjunctions that you're talking about. Conjunctions are joining words, right? We're talking about prepositions. Prepositions are basically words which tell us the relationship between two things. So, for example, if I say to, at, in, above, under, beside, besides, right? From, since, for, at. These are all prepositions. They tell us, like Shaurya said, that they denote the position. Yes, most of the time they do denote the position, but then many times they tell us a relationship or rather time bhi pata chalta hai. So bahut sari cheezein karte hain, right? Prepositions. So they are very important. Now prepositions in any language cannot be taught. Okay, you can basically you cannot just say today, okay, I'm going to learn prepositions today and then sit and read it maybe for like 3-4 hours also and then become an expert on prepositions. That's not possible, right? Why? Because there are no fixed rules governing prepositions. Okay, they have evolved just through usage. So for example, if I say according to, okay, according to me. Now according के साथ में हमेशा to लगता है. According in या according with क्यों नहीं होता है? Is there a reason? Any idea whether there is a reason behind this? nahi na, right? There is no rule. There is no rule as to why two should follow according, right? But it just does. There's no, I cannot give you a rule which tells you okay, according ke saath mein two kyun lagta hai. It's just basically usage based, right? And if it is in accordance ke saath mein, in accordance with hota hai, right? So if I say I am proud of my brother's achievements, right? So you say proud of, okay, and I take pride in my work. So you say proud of, pride in. So these are all things that, you know, in any language prepositions cannot be taught. They're basically, you get to learn these through usage. The more you use the language, the more you read the language, the better you get at prepositions, right? But prepositions are extremely important. So now, though you cannot learn prepositions overnight or even in a month, I would say, but it sometimes helps to, obviously, to if you practice them, right? So I believe in my first class, grammar class, I had told all of you to get hold of Renan Martin. Okay, Renan Martin is a grammar book. I don't know if you all remember that we spoke about this, right? So Renan Martin, it's like basically the best grammar book that you can have. Okay, and it has a comprehensive, very, very comprehensive exercises on prepositions. Like, you know, so it has 100 to more than 100 sentences as exercises. So if you can basically solve those, that will really help you. You know, because most commonly used prepositions का उन लोगों ने वहाँ पे पूरे examples दिया हुआ है, right? So you can definitely practice from there, and whatever sentences that you get. So even the PDF which I think Alchemist has given you also has a lot of questions on prepositions, right? So I have also compiled some sentences on prepositions, okay? And as we discuss them, you know, after you solve them, I will explain. Some of them do have rules. So we will discuss that also, right? So there are 20 questions, 20 sentences. So first finish these 15. Once you're done, let me know. I will move on to the next page then, right? In sentence 9, there is a typing error. His ailing mother, he has 2 children on chahiye. I've done this, a typing error over here. In question number 13, it should be, do you have time to discuss? Right. Should I move on to the next page?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So let's start here. Now, before we begin, first of all, when we're talking about time, right? Tell me what will be the difference between from, for, during, and since with respect to time. Okay, what will be the difference between from, for, during, and since?
From is for upcoming period, since is which has happened, which is coming from the past, and during is at present.
Wait, from is for an upcoming thing. But if I say our classes started from 19th July, suppose. अभी तो सितंबर चल रहा है, जुलाई, तो पास्ट की बात हो रही है ना राघव,
Yes.
है ना? ड्यूरिंग ऑल्सो ड्यूरिंग द 16th century, तो अभी पास्ट की बात हो रही है.
Yes, ma'am. During is for ongoing thing.
But if I say during the 16th century, तो अभी तो वो खत्म हो गया है.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? Okay. All right. What about for? So our class will be for 2 hours. Okay. Anybody else?
Or something.
Yes, Tanish, what were you saying?
It denotes a duration like for 2 hours or for 1 week.
Okay. All right. Okay. What about from then, Tanish?
Maybe when we know exact date or something.
No, not really. So let's look at this way, right? From will denote a point of time. Now it could be any point of time. It could be in the past, present, or the future, right? So we will start our classes from next Saturday. So ये future हो गया, right? Our classes started from 12th July, like I said. So the past हो गया, right? So basically it depicts a point of time, right? From, and like you said, for talks about a period of time, duration, right? So for 2 hours, our class will be for 2 hours. I've waited for 3 hours. Okay, so that talks about a period of time. Are you getting the difference between a point of time and a period of time?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so from will always talk about the point of time. For will be for a period of time. Now during is also for a period of time, but with a specific name, right? For example, if I say during Diwali, so Diwali does not mean one specific day. It just basically it's a period of time, right? For 2-3 दिन जो होते हैं उसको during उसको नाम दे दिया हमने दिवाली, या फिर during vacation या during holiday. So it's a period of time, but with a specific name, right? Or during the 16th century, for example. Okay, so during is also a period of time, but with a specific name. All right, and then the last but not the least, you have since. Since is also talking about a point of time, but a point of time in the past till the present moment, right? So for example, if I say he has been absent since last Monday, so मतलब last Monday से लेके अभी तक he is still absent. You getting it? Yes.
Ma'am, can you please explain from and since once again?
So from is talking about a point of time, right? From 4 o'clock, from a Monday, from 19th. It's just talking about a particular point of time. All right. Whereas since is also point of time in the past till the present moment. It has been raining since morning, right? So morning में मतलब अभी evening हो रहा है, right? So morning से लेके अभी तक. Okay. Is this clear? All right. Okay. Now, let's look at the sentence. I am meeting him dash Monday.
On.
On. Without more information, it is very difficult to decide. Decide on the most appropriate course of
On.
action. Yeah. I was dash on a low calorie diet. Okay. He is suffering from. Okay. You always suffer from a disease. Okay. I have not heard about him dash last week. Since last week, because last week se leke abhi tak, right? Now we began our classes from Monday. I have told my mother to start cooking because I will return
Within an hour.
Within.
Actually grammatically दोनों ही correct हो सकते हैं, right? In an ये and लिखा हुआ मैंने, in and होना चाहिए. In an hour बोला तो मतलब after completion of 1 hour. Within an hour means before the completion of 1 hour, right? Logically, I mean within makes more sense, but otherwise grammatically दोनों ही correct हो सकते हैं इसमें, right? Then he sat
Beside.
beside without the s, right? Beside means बाजू में. Okay, so or next to. And what does the other besides mean?
Other than.
Other than, right? Okay, so in the 9th one it would be besides, right? Besides his ailing mother, he has 2 children to take care of, or in addition to his ailing mother, he has 2 children to take care of. Okay, he walked
Till.
no, he walked to the end of the road. Okay, now to we will use to whenever we are talking about a place, and whenever we're talking about time we will use till. Okay, all right. So he walked to the end of the road, and since today is a holiday, I will sleep
Till.
till 5 in the evening, because time की बात करेंगे तो हम till use करेंगे, right? Then in the canteen I saw her sitting
At the
at the
table.
table. बहुत specific point की बात कर रहे हैं तब, at the table in the corner, right? Do you have time to discuss?
About.
No, you always discuss the problem, right? You don't need any preposition there, right? So do you have time to discuss the problem? That's it. Okay, no need of any preposition over here. Now this is a house he came to during his last visit to India. Yes, Meera has a great affection
For.
for her cats, but she's not at all affectionate to her sibling. Yes, very good. Then I know you will need some time before you agree.
With.
You agree? No, you agree to this proposal, right? So you always agree with somebody, but you agree to a proposal. Okay, all right. So before you agree to this proposal of mine, then I will buy the flat from him after we agree on the price. So you agree to a proposal, you agree on a price. Okay, and people may not always agree with him. Yeah, him यहाँ पर missing है, but they trust him. They will not always agree with him. Okay, so you agree with the person, you agree to a price, and you agree, you agree on the price and you agree to a proposal. All right. I do not have time to argue
With.
you. Okay, and he is a man of he's a man of honor and will stick to his convictions come what may. All right. Okay. So, yeah, that's all the exercise that I had here. Okay. So if you have any doubts or any questions that you want to ask me, you can, this is a good time to do that. Otherwise, I will end the class. Any doubts, any questions that you want to ask? Nobody. All right. So then I will see you next week, right? Have a nice week, everybody. I'll be ending the class then. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you.